This is called the world's greatest hip flexor reset position due to the power and change that this can create, lengthening the hip flexors. If you want to know exactly how to do this with more information, then go to our YouTube page and watch that video. Watch this video as I break down the two most commonly asked questions about this specific exercise and position. All right, here we go. Great first question. So there's two schools of thought. As the hip releases and the imbalance starts to relax, you can either just do nothing and let that happen, or as things improve, you can start to readjust the pelvis back to neutral more. It comes down to the bandwidth that you have. If it's very easy and simple for you to continually adjust the position of the pelvis and the hips to keep angles that are gonna restore balance faster, then do it. If it's overwhelming, then don't get lost in that and just let gravity and time do its job. Let things release, let things relax, don't overthink it. Allow your body to just find that balanced homeostasis again. The easiest way to determine this is when you engage your quad, and I call this the quad test, right? So every 5 minutes, when you squeeze your quad, the contraction should be felt right in the middle of the thigh. If you feel it closer towards the knee or higher up in the hip or in your back or on the other, that's a sign that the hip flexor is not released and the position of the femur is either rotated out still, maybe it's rotated in. What we're talking about here is when the femur is aligned and the kneecap is truly pointed straight up and the hip is released, the contraction of the quad is literally going to be felt right in the middle of the thigh because all four heads of the quad are aligned. There's no rotation in the femur or the leg position. So one of the easiest ways to know when the hip flexor is released is when you squeeze the quad and it's right in the middle. Now, what I want you to pay attention to is how does the left side feel when you contract the quad every 5 minutes compared to the right side? You're going to find that when you contract that quad, it's probably a different experience per side. You're feeling the rotation and imbalance from the hip. And what you might notice is maybe the first quad contraction on the right side, you feel it directly in the middle. Well, that's a good indication that the right femur, the right leg is aligned. But when you go to the left side, it might take you 10, 15, 20 minutes for it to feel like how the right side did at the start. So using that quad contraction is a great way to understand the time each leg needs until the hip actually releases. I hope that helps. If you want more information, I'm gonna link an hour-long, very simple, but it's long, corrective exercise routine that I put up on YouTube where I break down that position a little bit more in length, and that will help give you some more information so you can use that on a daily basis. Hope that helps.